Hi everybody, my name's Kylie from Little Moo Designs. Thank you so much for joining me for today's tutorial. In today's shoot, we're going to be working on step 3 of the Shine On Sling Bag, and we're going to be adding a horizontal 8-inch or 20 centimetre zipper pocket to the lining of your bag. So what you need to begin is some sharp scissors. These are my favourites because the tip of them is super sharp, which helps cutting through all the layers of fabric. I do like using one of these little rollers from Clover. I've seen some other brands around. I'll show you why I like that when we get to it. You need a pen or a pencil with a fine tip. I'm just using a friction pen today. And you also need some sort of fray stopper. I'm using the E6000 fray lock to seal the ends of your zips. You need 2 pieces of fabric with lightweight interfacing. This pattern recommends 10 inch by 10 inches. You can adjust that to your personal needs, or if you're making a bigger pocket or a smaller pocket, you'll just adjust that accordingly. But the basic rule of thumb is if I'm making an 8-inch pocket, I need a 10-inch wide piece of fabric. If I was doing a 6-inch pocket, I would use an 8-inch wide fabric. And you obviously change that depending on the size of your zip pocket. And of course, you're going to need a ruler to measure your zip pocket. So let's first up talk about zips. When I run my masterclasses, people will often say to me that they're afraid of zips. They don't know how to use them. And it feels like a bit of a minefield. So hopefully we can do some quick myth busting and get you guys trying zips. So there are 2 different types of zips that I work with. This white one here is called a number 3 zip. So you might find these in your local haberdashery store, and sometimes they're called dress zips. So you can see how skinny the teeth are on this. This is a nylon version, and it has a tiny little pull. So this would be suitable, or I would be using this in skirts or dresses. The number 5 zips that I recommend for bag making are this. I use the by the meter zips. So this one is from whosaysso.com because I can cut them to the exact length that I need and have less wastage. So you can see it has a really pretty rainbow metal pull, but this is actually nylon teeth, which I love. You can, of course, do this with make your zip pockets with metal zippers, but you do, because you're sewing through the teeth of your zip, you do need to be a bit more careful. So I find nylon is a bit quicker for me, and I regularly use these ones. I have these by the roll because I can just sew straight across without having to worry about breaking a needle. If you are choosing to use a metal zip for this zip pocket, when you go to sew over your zip teeth, make sure you just hand crank your needle and be really careful that it doesn't break. So this is the one that I'm using today. So the difference between the 2 obviously is the size of the teeth, the size of the zip pull. So this is much easier to pull in a bag and is certainly my preference. The other difference is, can you see that the black number 5 zip has wider zip tape? So it gives me more room to move when I'm top stitching and stuff like that. So they are definitely my personal preference, and you'll see number 5 zips are referenced in the majority of my patterns as my recommendation. Okay, so let's begin. I'm taking one of my lined, and I've just got lightweight, this one's a lightweight woven interfacing on the back of my fabric piece. And you're just going to fold your fabric in half. I've made a mark here already just so you can see really clearly where the halfway point is. Then just going to grab my ruler, and 2 inches from the top, I'm going to draw a line that measures 8 inches. Try and keep this nice and straight. So remember, this is an 8.5 inch ruler if you're wondering what that little extra bit is on the end. Oops. So nice and clear, 8-inch line. You're then going to draw a line 1/4 inch above and 1/4 inch below the first line. And what that first line does is that's going to be the center of your box. It's important that you try and keep this nice and neat. Now this method is exactly the same if I'm doing a 6-inch zip or a 10-inch zip or whatever size zip in whatever bag I'm doing, and it would be the exact same if it was inside my bag or outside of my bag. You're then going to join up your ends like so. You're then going to measure in 1/2 inch from each end and put a little dot or a mark. And then you're going to, you can use your ruler if you like, you're just going to draw a little triangle, so lining up to the corner of the box. Usually I just freehand that, but since you guys are watching, I better do it properly. And the same on the other side. So matching up the corners and just drawing your triangle, and you'll see soon why that's important. Okay, so now we have this. So pretty straightforward. So a 1/2 inch box, so 1/2 inches wide by 8 inches long with your little triangle. Once you've done that, you need to grab the body piece of the bag that you're going to put your zip pocket in. So I'm doing mine in my lining, so I'll just grab that. I should have said as well, a friction pen, in case you've never seen them before, they rub off with heat. So when I iron my fabric, the marks come off. Just excuse all those birds outside, they're having a party. So what I've got here is my lining body piece that I